In every generation, there are voices that don't just sing, they resonate. They become the very heartbeat of a people, a culture, a global movement. They guide, they comfort, they challenge us to look at the world with clearer eyes and a more hopeful heart. Today, we gather not just to remember, but to deeply feel the legacy of one such voice, a voice that carried the sunshine and the struggle of an island nation to the farthest corners of the earth. He began life far from fame, a child of humble beginnings in rural Jamaica. With a bamboo guitar, a church voice, and a dream reaching so high, he renamed himself after a cliff. Because even then, he knew he was destined to climb toward greatness, to stand tall against any storm. This is the story of Jimmy Cliff, the poet whose lyrics were psalms of resilience, the actor whose raw authenticity captivated millions, the rebel philosopher whose music became a soundtrack for liberation, the soul-healing messenger whose voice danced across generations, bridging divides and inspiring hope. Today, we celebrate his extraordinary life, his arduous journey, his infectious joy, and the profound pain he transformed into timeless music. We reflect on the indelible mark he left on the world, a testament to the power of art to transcend boundaries. Because when a true legend departs, the world doesn't grow quieter. It grows more grateful, more reflective, and more determined to carry forward the torch of their enduring spirit. His melodies echo, his messages resonate, and his spirit continues to inspire us all. Jimmy Cliff, the man who gave reggae its wings. A trending moment now, tribute to a global icon. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Trending Moment Now. This is the place where we honor legends, celebrate culture, and share the profound stories that shaped our musical universe and our very souls. Today, our hearts are heavy, yet filled with immense gratitude as we remember a true giant. A man whose voice held the sunshine of Jamaica and the universal struggle of humanity. His lyrics lifted people through heartbreak, through revolutions, and toward an unshakable hope. Jimmy Cliff has passed at 81, and for countless millions around the world, it feels like losing a personal guide, a spiritual elder, a voice of unwavering truth. His songs weren't just melodies, they were profound lessons. They were comfort in solitude, encouragement in despair, warnings against injustice, and roadmaps toward a better tomorrow. They were the rhythm of life itself. If his music ever held your hand through a tough moment, if his voice ever ignited a spark of joy or defiance within you, then this tribute is for you. It is for all of us who found solace and strength in his extraordinary artistry. And before we continue this journey of remembrance, do me a small kindness that truly helps our channel shine and ensures this story reaches more hearts. Please tap the like button. Think of it as a warm nod to the YouTube universe, a collective embrace saying, share this tribute with more beautiful people who need to hear his story. And if you cherish deep storytelling, if you seek to understand the legends who shaped our world, feel free to subscribe, comment, and share. Your engagement helps us keep these vital stories alive. Now, let's begin this reflective journey into the life and legacy of Jimmy Cliff. Before the world knew the iconic name Jimmy Cliff, Jamaica knew James Chambers. He was the 8th of 9 children, born into the humble parish of St. James, a place where life was simple, often hard, but always vibrant with rhythm. He was raised in poverty, yes, but surrounded by an unparalleled richness of sound. The soaring hymns of the church, the lively chatter of the market, the relentless heartbeat of the island itself, all these sounds were stitched into the very fabric of his soul. At just 6 years old, he found his first calling, his voice soaring in the local church choir. But the true spark, the electrifying moment that set his path, came when he heard the pioneering sounds of ska from artists like Derek Morgan. That infectious rhythm, that defiant energy, resonated deep within him. It was a revelation. When he bravely asked his teacher how to write a song, the reply was simple, yet profound. You just write it. And so, with an innate understanding of melody and message, he did. He crafted his first tunes, often accompanied by a guitar he ingeniously built himself out of bamboo. This wasn't for charm or novelty. It was born of necessity, a testament to his resourcefulness and unyielding passion. Greatness rarely begins with luxury or privilege. Sometimes, often, it begins with the most basic materials: a bamboo guitar, a raw talent, and a dream so fierce it refuses to be extinguished. It begins with the unwavering belief that one's voice can and must be heard. This story, the genesis of Jimmy Cliff, always gives me goosebumps. It's a powerful reminder of where true genius often originates. While other children played with toys, James Chambers was creating instruments, shaping his destiny with his own hands. While others might have dreamed small, constrained by their circumstances, he dreamed tall, tall enough to rename himself Cliff. He understood, even as a boy, that he was climbing, always ascending, toward something monumental. Destiny spoke to him, not in whispers, but in the vibrant rhythms of his homeland, and he, with an open heart and an unshakable spirit, listened. He didn't just hear the music, he became the music. 1950s. Kingston, bustling taxis, vibrant record shops, street vendors shouting their wares. The energy of a city on the cusp of a musical revolution. At the tender age of 14, Jimmy made the audacious move to Kingston, the pulsating heart of Jamaica. He arrived with no money, no concrete plan, just an extraordinary voice and an unyielding vision. He tirelessly begged producers to listen, to give him a chance. Many ignored him, dismissing the young, earnest boy. Many even laughed, unable to see the star shining within him. But finally, miraculously, someone heard the undeniable spark in that young, determined voice. That someone was Leslie Kong, a Chinese Jamaican record producer who would become a pivotal figure in early reggae. Kong recognized the raw talent, the unique timbre, and the profound potential. Their collaboration led to Jimmy's first recordings, capturing the nascent energy of a new musical era. Then came the breakthrough hit, Hurricane Hattie, released in 1962. This song, vibrant and infectious, didn't just climb the local charts, it exploded onto them. Suddenly, a boy who had come from nothing, with nothing but his talent, became the island's undeniable rising star. He was a local sensation, a testament to the power of perseverance. But Jimmy Cliff wasn't satisfied with local fame. His ambition, his vision, stretched far beyond the shores of Jamaica. He wanted his music, his message, to reach the entire world. He knew his voice carried universal truths that needed to be heard by all. Foggy London, red double-decker buses, immigrant neighborhoods pulsing with new cultures and sounds, a sense of displacement and discovery. In 1965, driven by his global aspirations, Jimmy Cliff traveled to London to join Island Records, the pioneering label founded by Chris Blackwell. It was a bold move, a leap of faith into the unknown. But success, as he quickly learned, was not instant. The transition was fraught with challenges. He was homesick, thousands of miles from the familiar warmth of Jamaica. He felt lost in a foreign culture, struggling to navigate the complexities of British society and the burgeoning rock scene. He questioned everything: the move, the struggle, the path he had chosen. Everything, that is, except the profound mission he carried in his heart: to share his music, his truth, with the world. Then came the pivotal year of 1969, and with it, the release of his groundbreaking hit, Wonderful World, Beautiful People. This song was more than just a catchy tune. It was a warm, hopeful anthem, a balm for a world increasingly divided by conflict and prejudice. It reminded listeners that despite the turmoil, beauty still existed, and humanity could still connect. The world embraced it, finding solace and inspiration in its message of unity. Following this, he released Vietnam, a powerful, poignant protest song that resonated deeply with the anti-war movement. Its raw honesty and emotional depth earned it praise from none other than Bob Dylan, who famously called it the greatest protest song ever written. In these two contrasting yet equally impactful songs, Jimmy Cliff had transcended mere entertainment. He had become a profound voice of conscience, a global messenger for peace and understanding. This is what made Jimmy Cliff truly unique, truly timeless. He never chased controversy for its own sake. He simply sang the truth of the world's pain, yes, but always wrapped it in an undeniable layer of compassion, hope, and understanding. And that profound honesty, that unwavering commitment to humanity, made his message universal. It allowed his music to transcend language barriers, cultural differences, and political divides, touching hearts everywhere. The Harder They Come, featuring a defiant Jimmy Cliff. Sounds of patois and the deep, resonant bass of reggae music fill the air. In 1972, a cinematic masterpiece titled The Harder They Come exploded onto the global stage, shaking the world and forever altering the landscape of popular music. Jimmy Cliff didn't just star in this groundbreaking film, he embodied its very spirit. His performance as Ivan Martin, a young, ambitious, and ultimately tragic musician navigating the harsh realities of Kingston, was raw, powerful, and utterly unforgettable. It was a portrayal that resonated with the struggles of the marginalized everywhere. The film's soundtrack, a collection of reggae anthems, became an instant classic and a cultural phenomenon. Songs like the deeply reflective Many Rivers to Cross, the melancholic yet hopeful Sitting in Limbo, and the fiercely motivational You Can Get It If You Really Want introduced reggae to a global audience that had never truly experienced its depth and power before. This was more than just music. It was a cultural revelation. The Harder They Come was so authentic, so steeped in Jamaican patois and culture, that it famously needed subtitles for American audiences. But that very authenticity was the point, the raw, unfiltered truth that made it so compelling. Through this film, reggae music, once a local Jamaican sound, exploded from a vibrant local culture into a powerful global movement. And Jimmy Cliff, with his magnetic presence and soul-stirring music, stood at the forefront, helping to lead that revolution, becoming its most recognizable face and voice. If subtitles were needed, that just means Jamaicans were too cool, too authentic, for the rest of the world to immediately keep up. Jimmy's patois wasn't just language. It was rhythm. It was identity. It was poetry in motion. It was the sound of a culture asserting itself, unapologetically, on the global stage. And we are all richer for having listened. Jimmy Cliff commanding the stage with his timeless energy. The 1980s marked a period of significant evolution and reinvention for Jimmy Cliff, proving his enduring relevance and adaptability. His music continued to mature, blending his reggae roots with contemporary sounds, always maintaining his signature lyrical depth and spiritual resonance. In 1985, his album Cliffhanger earned him a well-deserved Grammy Award, a testament to his continued artistic excellence and commercial success. During this decade, he also collaborated with some of the biggest names in music, including legendary rock acts like the Rolling Stones. These collaborations showcased his versatility and his ability to bridge genres, bringing reggae's infectious rhythms and profound messages to even wider audiences. His music remained consistently uplifting, often urgent in its calls for justice, and always deeply soulful. Jimmy Cliff had, by this point, become more than just a musician. He was a living bridge. He connected the vibrant, spiritual heart of Jamaica with the diverse, often tumultuous world beyond its shores. He was a cultural ambassador, carrying the essence of his homeland wherever he went, sharing its joy, its struggles, and its unyielding hope. From Cool Runnings, the Jamaican bobsled team, laughter, snow, moments of triumph and camaraderie. In 1993, Jimmy Cliff's career experienced another remarkable resurgence, reaching an entirely new generation of fans. His soulful and utterly infectious cover of Johnny Nash's I Can See Clearly Now became an international anthem of joy and optimism. Featured prominently in the beloved film Cool Runnings, the song perfectly captured the movie's spirit of hope, resilience, and the triumph of the underdog. This rendition wasn't just a cover, it was a reinvention imbued with Cliff's unique reggae flair and profound sense of optimism. It became the soundtrack to countless good memories, a beacon of positivity that resonated deeply with audiences worldwide. Through this song, a whole new generation discovered the magic of Jimmy Cliff, his ability to infuse any melody with an unshakable sense of hope and clarity. You know, it's true. Having a bad day? Feeling a little down? Just put on I Can See Clearly Now. It's an instant mood lifter, a sonic antidote to gloom. And if you're already having a great day, put it on anyway. It's simply impossible to stay in a bad mood when Jimmy Cliff is singing about the sunshine after the rain. It's pure, unadulterated joy, bottled in a song. Jimmy Cliff's journey was one of continuous artistic vitality. In 2012, his album Rebirth earned him yet another Grammy Award, proving that his creative wellspring remained deep and vibrant even in his later years. He continued to perform globally, captivating audiences with his boundless energy and timeless repertoire. He inspired countless young artists, serving as a living testament to the power of authentic expression and unwavering dedication. He carried Jamaican pride, culture, and spirit everywhere he went, a true global ambassador. His beloved nation honored him with the prestigious Order of Merit, Jamaica's third highest honor, recognizing his immense contributions to culture and national identity. And in 2010, his monumental impact on music was cemented with his induction into the revered Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to a career that spanned decades and influenced genres. Wyclef Jean, a fellow musical pioneer, eloquently captured Cliff's profound influence when he said, "When we saw Jimmy Cliff, we saw ourselves." This is a perfect truth. Jimmy Cliff was not just an artist. He was a mirror, reflecting the struggles, the dreams, and the indomitable spirit of humanity back to us. Jimmy Cliff was not just a singer. He was a philosopher, a sage whose lyrics offered profound insights into the human condition. He once articulated the essence of his artistry with striking clarity. "The essence of my music is struggle. The icing is the hope of love." This profound balance, the unflinching acknowledgement of pain and hardship, coupled with an unyielding optimism and belief in love, is precisely why people connected to him so deeply across cultures and generations. His music was real, it was raw, and it offered a path forward. It spoke to the universal experience of navigating life's challenges while holding on to the promise of something better. A voice speaks from the heart, echoing the sentiments of millions around the globe. It's a heartbreaking moment, a profound sense of loss that settles deep within us. To lose the musician who shaped my healing, who strengthened my spirit when life felt dark and uncertain. He was more than an artist. He was a spiritual guide, a source of unwavering strength. He taught us that despite its challenges, the world is fundamentally wonderful, and its people are inherently beautiful. He warned us of the hard roads we would inevitably encounter, the many rivers we would have to cross, yet he instilled in us the courage, the sheer will, to navigate and overcome them. To every soul mourning him today, don't cry too long, don't let sorrow consume you. He famously said, "No woman, no cry," and we know, deep in our bones, that who feels it, knows it. He understood the depths of human emotion. He urged us to ignore the hypocrites, to rise above the petty squabbles and injustices, to lift our eyes to the mountains, to aspire to something greater, knowing that their fleeting pride will never reach the enduring stars. Under the vast expanse of the sun, the moon, and the stars, in this temporary house of exile we call life, Jimmy Cliff reminded us of a fundamental truth, a powerful mantra that resonates with every fiber of our being. We can make it, if we really want. Farewell, Jimmy Cliff. Your spirit soars, your music lives forever. Jimmy Cliff crossed his final river after a seizure, followed by pneumonia, bringing an end to a life lived with unparalleled passion and purpose. His beloved wife, Latifah Chambers, shared a message of profound love and quiet strength. Jimmy, my darling, rest in peace. I will follow your wishes, carrying forward the love and light you brought into our lives and the world. Signed with eternal love, Latifah, Lilty, and Akin. Even in the profound grief of his passing, his spirit glows, undimmed. He spent his entire life lifting others, inspiring them to find their own strength, their own voice, their own path. And that legacy, that powerful current of hope and resilience, remains unbreakable, an eternal testament to his extraordinary life. He did not fade into silence. He transformed, ascending to a higher plane, his melodies now echoing in the very fabric of the universe. The iconic defiant poster of The Harder They Come. He was the boy with the bamboo guitar, the rebel dreamer who dared to sing his truth. He was the heartbeat of Jamaica, a rhythm that resonated with the pulse of humanity. And through every note he sang, through every lyric he penned, he taught us a fundamental, powerful truth. Hope is stronger than hardship. Love conquers all. It's never easy to say farewell to someone who shaped the very soundtrack of our lives, who provided the rhythm to our personal journeys. Jimmy Cliff wasn't just an artist. He was a teacher, a profound storyteller, a beacon of light in times of darkness. His music was a constant companion, a source of strength and inspiration. His earthly journey may have ended, but his voice, his message, his spirit, they remain forever woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness, an eternal melody that will continue to inspire generations to come. We carry his torch forward. Before you go, let me talk to you, the person watching right now. If Jimmy Cliff ever lifted your spirit, ever made you feel strong, ever gave you the courage to cross your own rivers, then you're already part of this beautiful global family he created. If you want to help this tribute reach more people to ensure his story continues to inspire, please give the like button a little tap. A tiny digital fist bump to the algorithm, a shared acknowledgement of his greatness. Share your favorite Jimmy Cliff memory, your most cherished song, or how his music impacted your life in the comments below. I'd love to read them, to feel that collective connection. And please, share this tribute with your friends, your family, or in your group chat. Someone out there, right now, needs his message of hope and resilience today. And if you're new here, if you found solace or inspiration in this story, join our growing family by subscribing. Here on Trending Moment Now, we are dedicated to keeping the stories and the legends alive, ensuring their impact continues to resonate. We grow together, we remember together, and we celebrate the music that shaped us, that continues to shape us, and that will forever echo in our hearts. Jamaican beach at sunset. The waves gently lap the shore. The sky is painted in hues of orange, pink, and purple. A single distant star begins to twinkle. Jimmy Cliff showed us that life has its struggles, its profound challenges, but it also has its boundless sunshine. That pain exists, yes, but so does an even greater, more enduring joy. And even when the path ahead is rough, even when the rivers seem too wide to cross, you can get it if you really want. In loving memory of Jimmy Cliff. Legend, pioneer, light, forever.